Well, good morning, everybody. It's time for Morning Manna, and you already know I got a word for you. And this week, of course, we've been dealing with this whole piece about generosity, this whole piece about generosity, having a generous heart, and then letting God use that heart. And this morning is really focusing in on the power of generosity. What can generosity do for you? You know that commercial that UPS came out with, and it just grabbed that little ring that says, "What can Brown do for you?" Well, what can generosity do for you? What can generosity do for you? We're going to talk about that this morning, but before, I just got to greet everybody. Got to greet a few people, and then we're going to get right into the word on this morning. Well, good morning, Brenda. How are you? Good morning, Minister Saint. How are you? Good morning, Pamela. How are you? Ori, how are you? Verena, how are you? Yvonne, how are you? Vicky, how are you? Gloria, how are you doing this morning? Barbara, how are you? Carolyn, how are you doing this morning? Good morning, Vivian. How are you on this morning? What a wonderful morning it is. It's just a great morning to be alive. Good morning, Jewel. How are you? Yes, happy wonderful Wednesday. I like that. Wonderful Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Throwback Friday, whatever the case may be, or Friday. But it's a good day. Isn't it a good day? It's a good day. Any day that you are above the daisies rather, and not pushing them up is a good thing, isn't it? Well, I got a word for you on this morning, but before I do that, I just simply wanted you already know this whole month, and today is the 10th day of the month, the 10th day of the year, and we are headlong into our prayer consecration. Now, if you are praying and consecrating with us and fasting with us, put it in the chat area. Put that in the chat area, Patrice. I want to hear. How is it coming? How is it coming? Put it in the chat area. How's your fast coming along? I want to know. Let everybody know. Shout it out. Sent, what is it doing? Minister Sent, how's it doing with your whole fasting time and prayer time? I know you're connected, you know, and you have your journal. Let me see. I'm trying to find it. Here we go. This is what I need you to do. This is what I need you to find. I need you to get this. Need you to get this. More in 24. More in 24. This is our prayer journal. Go on the website. It's right there on the screen, and you can go get it. If you're here in the area, come by the church and just pick it up. I think it's a few bucks or so. It's not a lot. It's less than our cost. Actually, less than our cost. But we want you to show some appreciation for it and pick it up. And you already know. If you're walking with me through the Bible, you already know that Exodus. Hope you've done your homework. Hope you've read. I got a word for you on tonight, all about being Exodus. How about to leave where you are and go where God is trying to take you? How about that? How about that? Well, today is January the 10th, and it's all about generosity. The text to take away the power of generosity, the power of generosity, and it comes right out of our journal. I want to expand on it and give you revelation to it. Now, the text, as you already know, is 2 Corinthians 9:11. 2 Corinthians 9:11 sounds like some help, huh? 9:11. You will be enriched in every way. Keep on talking, Paul. I love those words, man. So that you can be generous on every occasion. Then that's what you want me to do. And through us, your generosity will result in thanksgiving to God. What is Paul talking about? This is what Paul is talking about. He is talking to the church, the young church at Corinth, and he is raising an offering. He says, I'm going to be coming, and I need you all to have an offering ready for me. Why? There's a reason why I need you to do it. It's because the church in Jerusalem is struggling. They're going through some stuff, and they need some help. And therefore, when I get there, I need you to have put together an offering for that. Now, when he talks to them, the church at Corinth, the church in Philippi, his first church that he plants, give you some context here. The first church that he plants says, hey, we want to give too. And we're going to give out of our abundance. We are bothered that we don't have more to give. Wow. So there's three things that I want you to grab as a whole, as a result of grabbing this word, the power of your generosity. Here it is. The first thing is you are a financier. That's right. You are a financier. You talk about billionaires. You talk about the creator of Tesla says that he is the richest man in the world. Well, you may not have that many zeros behind your bank account, but you are a financier. Because guess what? God does not leave heaven and go to banks and do that. No, he looks at us as financing the cause of Christ in the earth. The cause of Christ in the earth. Says, I don't need billionaires. I got you. I don't need trillionaires. I got you. You are a financier. You're a financier. You bankroll what God wants done in the earth. Here's the second thing that I want you to grab. The power of your generosity is, it is the fundamentals of our faith. It is the fundamentals of our faith. What do you mean by that? God is a giver. And if you want to be like God, you got to be a giver. For God so loved the world, John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave. He gave. God is a giver. And he keeps on giving. And he keeps on giving. You are a financier. It's the fundamentals of our faith. If I want to know just how big your faith is, I'll look at what you do with what you have. Your time, your talent, and your treasure. And in this particular case, we're talking about your treasure. Here's the third thing. The third thing is the future depends on your giving. The future depends on your giving. Paul said, let's circle back. Let's go back to the text. 2 Corinthians 9:11, he says this, you will be enriched. Why? In every way. Why? So that you can be generous on every occasion, that you might be able to do what? Set up the future. The cause of Christ is dependent upon us reaching more souls. And we cannot reach more souls if there is not someone saying, I'm going to finance it. I'm going to then build up the foundation of that. And I'm also going to look at the future of winning more souls. Well, what's your takeaway this morning? Your takeaway is this. Though you may have scarcity, don't you worry about scarcity. Give what you have and watch God bless. Because of what? Because where there is little, God will make much. Where there's a little, God will make much. The Lord be with you today. May his face shine upon you. Give you peace. I'm going to see you tonight. Don't let me miss you. Have your hips and your Nikes in the place. 5 o'clock, going to teach you the word. 6 o'clock, our light meal. And 7 o'clock will be our revival. Powerful man of God tonight. Bishop Dana Carson. I'll see you. God bless you. Bye now.